Welcome to the lovely parish of West Deeping. I'm outside enjoying the lovely fresh. Actually, I've got distracted because as I'm talking, I can see wildlife just buzzing and flying around me. It's beautiful. And of course, I'm enjoying the clean air. Or am I? Am I? That's something that as a community we are getting more and more worried about, especially because of the lack of transparency in this whole local mineral and planning process. We've become aware there's a lot of information that isn't being shared with us. So in particular, with regard to this dust, there are a lot of scientific reports and even lots and lots of government guidance in terms of the air pollution levels for what they call fine particulate matter. But basically it's down to dust that is so small it poses threat to health, and it's classified by size, PM10s and PM2.5s, the latter presenting a higher risk to health. Both do, but PM2.5s are so fine you can't see them, and that's the danger. Can't see them. Might be in the air I'm breathing now because of what's across the road. They're so fine they penetrate the body's natural defence mechanisms, and there is irrefutable proof linking the inhalation of PM2.5s over a period of time or amounts, linking that to diseases such as cancer, such as cardiovascular diseases, asthma, all that sort of thing. And of course, those more vulnerable with health conditions, those older, those younger, those with asthma, etc., it will exacerbate their health condition. So we've looked more closely at this, and we've actually discovered, we didn't realise, obviously the council aren't going to tell us, and the mineral operator certainly isn't, is that 59% of the Earth's crust is made up of something they call silica. Now, a dominant compound of that is respirable crystalline silica. So there's a lot of it in sands, in gravels, in shale, rocks, soil. For the most part, is fine until it's mechanically disturbed, abraded. Come along mineral extraction activities such as processing plants, such as screeding, such as grinding, such as, well, there's lots, crushing, sorting, haulage, transfer, excavation. That's when these finer particulate matter go into the air. Anyone working on a mineral extraction site with sand and gravel, there is a legal maximum in terms of what they are allowed or to be exposed to inhale in of RCS dust in an 8-hour period. And it is minuscule. It is minuscule. I'll put an image up just so that you can relate visually to that. Now, that quite rightly, those protections should be in place. And if you look at the HSE, Health Safety Executive and COSH, there's all sorts of guidelines for employers in providing, you know, those protections and filtration, cab systems, etc. But where is our protection for residents' homes that are 200, 300, 400 metres away, where given that these finer particulate matter, because they are so fine and you can't see them, they stay in the air for longer and they travel further. Even the is it Lincolnshire Clean Air website, of which Lincolnshire County Council is a partner, even that talks about how far sand can travel. If you're a Lincoln County Councillor, please take note of the startling statistical information published by DEFRA's impact assessment when looking at air pollution and the impacts on human health. Their report states that air pollution poses the biggest environmental risk to public health, and fine particulate matter is the air pollutant which causes the most serious harm. I mean, these things can actually be monitored. So the mineral industry themselves gave an award to a real airtime quality monitor that measures these finer particulate matters. So they have an award, they have the technology, and given the advancement in technology, they're far more affordable now. And we're talking about a company, a mineral operator company, that is a capitalisation value of £1.5 billion. So even if they didn't think there was a danger and that they were confident in that, why would they not commit to providing that reassurance to the community? And in fact, why are the local authorities not requiring them to do that? To provide evidence to support their claims? Yes, so with regard to guidelines, if you only have to look, don't take my word for it, you only have to look on government website .gov.uk air pollution, and it highlights the dangers of particulate matter. Planning guidance emphasises the importance of looking at proximity, looking at the types of activity that are conducted, what they call sensitive receptors. That's us, don't you know? Humans, we're sensitive receptors. There's the whole process just dehumanises everything, doesn't it? So, yes, and that mentions cumulative impact. Now, you only have to look at the volume and the longevity and the nature of quarrying activity that's happened in and around the parish. And I'm not just talking about excavation. With that comes cement distribution, comes concrete plants, all the additional things that add into that. So in terms of cumulative impact, some of the other county council websites that I've looked at, they have standalone policies that look at cumulative impact. So it isn't just about what may happen in the future, it's actually to take into consideration what an environment, a local community has been subjected to in the past, currently, and the foreseeable future. And the cumulative impact, they're meant to look at those effects over a period of time. So whether that's loss of landscape, whether that's noise, levels of dust, and all the things that you're subjected to when you're living next to a quarry. And also, they're not only supposed to compare across all of those developments, but cumulatively assess for all of those activities that happen on site. So, you know, that air quality would be the combination of the processing plant. If it's no longer an extension and it's a standalone, you've then got the HGVs, thousands coming on site over a period of a month, the excavators, all the ancillary infrastructure that would have been elsewhere but would also come to this site. And they're supposed to look at that, but we just don't see any evidence of true cumulative impact. Surely at the top of all of that should be the cumulative impact on human health and quality of life. So the reason I mention this is because this new site, which was previously MS29 without a processing plant, with the materials being conveyed either under or over the road, with no change to highways, with a new entrance along a very, very busy road, no reference to the water the waste being pumped back into our river, and that was also all to be returned to farmland. All of that has changed. All of that has changed. Now, we argue that the processing plant itself is a huge change in material consideration, directly impacting human health and the environment. So that should never have got to that stage without the local community having an opportunity to engage with it. So why did that just go through under the radar? Why were we as a community not afforded the opportunity to comment on that? Why have we not seen the full assessments on that processing plant near us as sensitive receptors? And this is something that is going to affect the community and the environment for yet another generation. So surely this subject of air quality, fine particulate matter, RCS dust, deserves greater scrutiny and should be out there in public engagement and in-depth assessment. And I'm not sure if I, and actually us as a community, actually trust that process anymore. Thank you for listening. Thank you.